Hey, thanks for listening to Close Calls. Just a heads up, we're going to talk about some dark subject matter, including death, and we're going to joke around about it. Our intention is never to trigger or offend anyone. It's just to use humor to navigate these subjects. If that's how you cope too, keep listening.
Did you figure out what kind of intro?
No.
I didn't at all. So
I didn't even think about it.
We'll have to figure that out at some point.
I didn't think any further than we should have one.
Oh, tell me about this guy.
Oh, I do think at some point before you tell me the story about the episode you watched, say the name of the podcast. And then either you can say your name and I can say mine, or you can say my name and I can say yours.
Wow, great. That's the note. That's
so one.
What a novel idea. At some point we should say the name of the podcast and our own names. I like that thing.
Well, do you want to say your name or my name?
What do you mean? Like I'm going to say your name
you can be
and
like,
you're going to say my name?
This is Close Calls with Kevin and Lizzy. That's Lizzy Cassidy.
Jesus. Let's not overthink.
Or you can say, I'm Kevin, because that's your name.
I think, hey, fuckers.
You had a close call, a pretty close call, but you didn't die. You had a close call, a pretty close call. We're gonna talk about it, laugh and cry about it. Isn't that life though? A pretty close call, a close call.
Yeah, tell me about you can hear everything. You hear that?
You can hear everything, so stop fucking with stuff.
I set my drink down. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
Can you, this could be ASMR. How about that?
Oh, I do. That is doing something for me.
My notebook.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the best thing that's ever come out of your notebook.
And that's been the pod.
That's the pod. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week on Close Calls.
I won't be here. Yeah, what's up with this guy? He's almost died before?
Dude, a bunch. And it's my favorite thing about him.
I like that idea. Like you're dating like Mr. McGough.
No, literally, it's like, I said to him, I was like, we're going to start dating and you're going to die. And he was like, yes, probably.
Whoa. But you don't want to share his stories because we're going to
I'll tell you. I can tell you now.
Give me an inkling.
And then we can decide whether or not this goes in the pod.
Okay.
I'm going to go in order from least crazy to craziest.
Okay.
Fell in a septic tank, broke his femur, and was left there for a few hours.
What
least
the fuck?
Crazy.
I broke my femur.
He broke it,
It's the worst bone to break. It's the biggest bone in
and
your
it was
body.
right after Hurricane Sandy, and he was only working with one other guy, and they didn't have a ladder long enough, so the other guy had to drive back to his shop and get another ladder. And it was in a septic tank. Do you know what's in a septic tank?
Piss and
shit, dude. And then he said the only thing he was thinking about was how he left his cigarettes in the truck.
That's fair.
Hot.
Hot.
That is hot.
That's amazing. Yeah, we got to have him on.
Second time. I guess this is the second least crazy.
That's the least crazy.
That's the least crazy, Kevin. The second one is he saw a kid getting jumped.
Okay.
Stepped in. Hero. Hot.
Hot.
Got pushed on top of the kid. Kid didn't realize that he was trying to help him. Stabbed him in the stomach 3 times.
Whoa.
Second least crazy. Didn't go to the hospital. Then the next one.
Didn't go to the hospital?
Didn't go to the hospital.
Hot.
This is
just cauterized itself. Just
yeah.
like took a knife over the oven and like he's Rambo.
I'll come back to the hospital thing.
Then he jumped in the septic tank to cool off.
Yeah. To make sure that it got infected.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. Fully drowned. Had to be resuscitated. Fully drowned in the winter in Far Rockaway.
Yeah, this is definitely all going in.
Woke up in the hospital. That's the only time he went to the hospital.
This is all going in. This is a good teaser for when we eventually have him on.
I should ask him, but whatever. I didn't say his name.
Yeah, you didn't say his name.
Kevin, I haven't told you the craziest one.
Tell me.
He was with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can say this one. Fuck. He got shot. I won't say the details of how, but he got shot in the leg. Didn't go to the hospital. Put dirt in it.
Badass.
So that it would stop bleeding. Never went to the hospital. Cleaned it. Let it heal on its own.
Where did he get shot?
In the thigh. Through and through.
Cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He was like, it didn't hit anything major. And I was like, how do you know that? And he was like, because I'm not dead.
Yeah. That's fucking... Why did he get shot, though? Why?
I don't want to.
You can't go to...
No.
All right, so check this out. So we're in this studio. There's this board, and there's these bright buttons, and I'm dying.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited for this.
You know what? Should we test them right now?
Or should you surprise me throughout?
Yeah, and so I don't know what the noises are, but you're going to say something like really depressing. And
should we practice? Should we do one right now?
Yeah.
Okay, let me think of something really depressing to say.
Pick a color. We got red, orange, yellow, blue, green, purple. You can burn one of them.
Okay, wait. I'm going to go blue, but don't press it yet.
Okay.
Because I feel like I should say something.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
Okay, well, our dads are both dead. Hit it! No,
that's
it! I really wasted it. Our dads are both dead on nothing.
That is going to come in handy,
I actually...
I like that.
I hate it. It gives me anxiety.
No, but it's like it's like,
I know. Do it.
You can
do the boop, boop,
So
boop,
the
boop,
way you
boop,
got to
boop,
do
boop.
it is like,
Do it like someone's dying.
Oh, that's funny. All right, here we go.
Okay.
I'm giving a eulogy. Man, I can't believe.
Wait, why would you give
on.
a eulogy while they're dying?
Or somebody died.
Say goodbye to me. I'm dying.
No. Well, I was going to...
What, are you
let me
scared
do
of
my
the
thing.
intimacy of that?
Oh, no, yeah. I was going to say, like, I'm giving a eulogy, and it's like, we're all gathered here today to remember Jeff. I can't believe he's gone. I was just hanging out with him last week, and he was talking about... Actually, you know what? That told me that he owes me $15.
Oh, that is what it's for, because it cuts out your voice when you do it. That rules.
I heard the guy you're dating has a really big...
He does have a really big...
Great.
We're having fun.
We are having fun, guys. This is close.
Well, thanks for tuning in to the pod.
Welcome, thanks for coming into the pod. I'm Kevin Casey White.
I'm Lizzy Cassidy.
This is Close Calls.
It's a podcast about near-death experiences.
Yeah.
Ours and other people's.
I think we nailed it that time.
I think that was great.
Great, we got it. Yeah. So, I'm going to tell you a tale from Down Under.
Ooh.
Do you like that?
I love it. Crikey.
You're not good with accents.
I'm awful at accents.
I'm the worst at accents.
Are we both the worst at accents?
Good eye, mate. All right, so Matthew... It would be so funny if we accidentally researched the same thing. This guy's name is Matthew McGough.
Wait, you did Matthew McGough?
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Jesus. And his daughter, Shannon. All right.
Aw, Shannon.
Matthew McGough, I hope I'm saying that right. McGough? McGough? McGough?
It's like Van Gogh.
Yeah.
McGough.
Let's go. Yeah, okay. McGough.
Let's go.
Matthew McGough. Matthew and his daughter, Shannon. This guy was recently divorced.
Cool. Love that.
And he's kind of an outdoorsy type. And
Of course.
He decides he's going to take his daughter camping. Something they've done plenty of times before.
So he was an outdoorsy type pre-divorce. This wasn't like a midlife crisis outdoorsy thing?
Well, that's the thing. So
That's
maybe,
always the thing.
Maybe I'll try to find some. I don't know if I can pull some audio from it, but they had like interviews with people, and when they interviewed the daughter, I got the vibe she didn't seem stoked. Like, she was talking about it like, yeah, we'd go out as like a little... This is my Australian accent.
That's Australian?
Yeah, that's Australian.
Okay.
Hey, what, right? Bloody hell. My pop brought me out on in camping. I'm not going to do that every time. That's really annoying. Anyway, she was like...
Yeah, the button's annoying, not the accent.
She was like, she was like, she basically was like, yeah, my I gotta stick with it. My dad like put me out on a camping thing. She literally goes, yeah, he took me out camping.
Wow, you bailed on that so fast.
Well, because I need to get through it. She was like, yeah, my dad took me out on like a camping thing after the divorce, which seemed like it would be kind of a team building exercise. Which is good. That's literally...
She hates that her dad took her on this camping trip.
She literally, like, her eyes shifted and goes, which is fine, I guess. So clearly, this guy fucked up, and we all know it. But I think the dad was, like, definitely, like, kind of motivated by, like, all right, I need to, like, spend some time with my daughter, right? So they go out, to, like, the middle of nowhere. They're out there for 2 days. Mm-hmm. They're fishing. They don't catch anything. Weekend's over. It's time to pack it up. And the dad says that she looked sad because they didn't catch any fish.
Do you think she was actually sad about the divorce?
I would assume so.
Okay.
I feel like this is a moment where... So here's what happened. So the dad was like, you know what, mate? We're gonna We're going to go deeper into the wilderness now. I can't do accents at all.
You never go deeper into the wilderness now.
But that's like that. He was like, you know what? There's like another watering hole further down. We're going to try there. Don't worry, daughter of mine.
I'm going to get you that fish.
We're going to get you that fish, which I think is clearly like...
It's very much giving Eminem in the song Mockingbird.
What?
Do you remember that song? Eminem has that song where he's like, Daddy's going to buy you a mockingbird. And he's like,
sure.
And if the mockingbird don't say I'm going to break the bird's neck.
But hold on. It's time for another button. Cool.
Yeah. I'm saying it's like that. He's like, I'm going to get my daughter this fish. But you could just be a good dad.
Just dropping truth bombs.
Hell yeah.
We can't overuse these.
Can't
I'm already
overuse
sick of the buttons. Can we do one more?
Yeah. Do
Green,
the purple.
All right.
God damn.
What? Who is that?
That was not.
Shut up. You have to use that one.
That was not either of us.
I swear to God, that was neither of us.
God damn.
Fantastic. All right, we're using these every time.
Okay. God
right,
damn is in.
I'm back. I'm sold on the buttons. All right, so anyway. So they're out camping. They don't catch any fish. Dad feels like the daughter's upset that they didn't catch any fish. I feel like it's more like a situation, just knowing how dads are. They're just like, God damn it, I set out to catch a fish. We're catching a fish. And the daughter's probably like, I want to go hang out with my friends.
Yeah,
He's
of
like,
course.
no, we're
How
doing
old
a
is the
team."
daughter when this happens?
Oh, I forget. She was young. She was like
Like a kid or a teen?
kid.
Oh.
A kid. So maybe not. Maybe, a teen would probably be more appropriate. She was probably...
Yeah, but she was probably like, I want to go hang out with my mom.
I think she was probably like 10 or younger. Definitely. They showed photos of her. She was baby-faced. Between
Was she hot?
6 and 10. Well...
You wouldn't have bleeped it if you said no.
So anyway, so they decide to go deeper, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, so here's where things kind of start
Go
to
sideways.
go south. They're getting deeper. One of the tires pops.
Oh, no.
So for sure, Dad isn't yelling at all. Things are...
You know how dads love flat tires and they never freak out?
Didn't catch any fish. Having a great weekend camping. Tire pops. Luckily, he had a spare.
That is lucky.
So he fixes it, and he decides to not turn around, but keep going deeper. He's certain.
What's with this guy and going deeper?
He's right. Come on, take note, fellas.
I guess his wife wasn't fucking him before the divorce. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, are we cutting that joke, or are we keeping that one?
Keeping it. Hit me with a goddamn.
We're keeping it.
God damn.
So
Who is that?
So here's the shit, though. They're driving. Another hour or so goes by. This is rough terrain, like sharp rocks everywhere. They pop another tire,
No shit.
right? But that's okay because this dude brought 3 spare tires with him.
Who is? Was one of them his gut? Hello, dad bod.
Lizzy,
I'm proud of it. You're telling the stories, I'm making the jokes.
no, but here's the thing. This is why no one ever talks about Australian cars. They suck.
Do they suck?
Dude, what kind of car have you got in Australia where you're like, I'm going to need about 3 spares
Yeah.
when
Well,
I leave the house?
is that about the car or like the roads?
Well, they were on incredibly rough terrain, but...
Yeah, maybe he brought 3 spare tires because he was like, I'm about to drive on incredibly rough terrain.
Well, so they take a road and then out to, they're hiking like the outback or whatever, but then he decides to go off trail, so it's like really rough terrain. So
Yeah.
he pops one, keeps driving, pops a second one, keeps driving. Temperature was about 115 degrees plus. Crazy hot out. They keep driving deeper for some reason. Probably Foster's beer is to blame. We don't know how camping dads
you
get.
know like 4 Australian things and you're going to wedge all of them into this story.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He fucked a koala, had a little Vegemite.
Koala, chlamydia. Koalas all have chlamydia.
Is that true? Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Born with it.
Another truth bomb by Lizzy Cassidy.
I think that was more of a goddamn than a truth bomb, but
So
God damn.
here's the thing. So they're getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Dad starts to look panicked. He realizes, because he spent a lot of time out in the bush, as they say.
Yeah.
He
I
realizes
wasn't fucking him before the divorce.
goes deeper in that bush.
Good for him.
Let's try this button. That button doesn't do anything. How about this one?
Right, we gotta wrap this up though.
That sucks.
We have to edit this part out. This sucks.
All right.
He
Anyway,
goes into the bush.
so dad realizes he's lost. He's starting to look kind of nervous. He decides we got to turn back. Tire number 3 pops.
When you said he brought 3 spare tires, it was like a gun in the first act.
Oh yeah,
Like, I know 4 tires are popping.
right. And then this is funny. Like the interviews I was watching, both him and the dog. She goes, Dad was a little bit upset. Yeah, right, yeah.
Your accent's getting better as you go.
No, but they both admit that he was losing his shit at this point.
Yeah.
Screaming, kicking things, dad rage, full dad
rage is so scary when you're a kid.
Yeah, dude. So, yeah, you're like a little kid and you're...
In
your
the
dad,
woods.
Your dad just admitted, like, this is true. The daughter, he got back in the car. She goes, are we lost? And he just was like, yes.
Now do it Australian.
Yes,
Mate.
Just white knuckle in the steering wheel. Just, yes, we're lost, through his teeth.
And your mom's a bitch.
So, by the way, has your mother been seeing anyone? Has any uncles coming? New friends coming by? So they're already fucked. Keep in mind they've been camping for 2 days, so they've already kind of been out in the wilderness. So they're not like at their prime. This is day 3.
Stinky.
They just popped their 3rd tire in 1 day. They're already fucked.
But they have a 3rd spare tire.
Right. So he puts on the 3rd spare. And then, so they're going back. He drives over like a slope.
Wait, are they going back? They're not going deeper now.
He decides to turn around.
Yeah.
And that's when he pops the 3rd tire. He's pissed. Very sharp, jagged rocks everywhere. But they're making their way back to where he remembers that they came from. He drives over just like a little slope, like a little, I don't even know how to describe it. Just,
Like a small hill.
like a small hill, not realizing on the other side is sand, deep sand.
No.
So they make it over the hill and the car gets stuck in sand.
No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So now they're fucking stuck. So they have to like sleep for the night.
At least the tires aren't going to pop.
Tires are fine, but the car is not moving. Good news is they sleep for the night in the car. The next morning, the ground is colder and more firm, so he's able to get the car out.
Oh.
Dodged a bullet.
What if that
right?
was the whole story?
They're stoked. No, they're stoked. And almost immediately, another tire pops.
Hell yeah.
Another tire pops.
Hey gang, just wanted to take a quick second and remind you to like and subscribe on iTunes. If you like what you hear, please go ahead and leave us a review. It really does help out a lot.
You can also call us at 470-NOT-DEAD. Leave us a voicemail. Tell us about a time you almost died or whatever you want to tell us about. And if it's cool, we'll play it on the podcast. You can change names of people. You can make it anonymous. But if you don't want us to hear your voice, you can email us at closecallspodcast@gmail.com. Tell us your story. We'll read it on the pod.
And if you want to stay up to date on all things Close Calls, go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram at Close Calls Podcast.
Sometimes we post photos related to the story. So if you want to see what these freaks look like... Sometimes we post photos.
Let's not make promises about what's on the Instagram.
Okay, just follow the Instagram. Love you. Bye.
Yeah, we got it.
So,
Why would you bring, if you're going to bring 3 spare tires, bring 4.
yeah. And if you're going to bring 4, bring 5.
Bring all the tires that you can. Or don't drive in the woods.
It's just fucking crazy to me that, like, they didn't catch any fish. In the span of a day and a half, they pop all the spare tires, get it stuck. Like, it's just like everything that can go wrong is going wrong. For
And
this man.
his wife left him.
And his wife left
His life
him.
is in shambles, and so is his car and his relationship with his daughter.
Yeah. It's insane. It's the worst fucking weekend a dad could imagine. What happens is, so this is actually pretty smart. He pops the back right tire, right? Doesn't have a spare anymore. He's not dumb. He knows that if he tries to drive with just 3 tires, it's going to put a ton of pressure on the axle. It'll break the axle.
Right.
So he actually...
I said right like I knew. Keep going.
He lets out the air on the back left tire.
Smart.
So
you can just kind of drag him around.
kind of. So the front, he's on 4-wheel drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically the front tires are pulling the back
Mm-hmm.
flats. They're going at 5 miles an hour, being
Great.
really gentle. You have to be completely lost.
I'm sure they're bonding.
Oh yeah, you know that is a silent car ride.
Do you think at any point she was like, "Do you want to play the license plate game?"
Yeah, she's just singing like 99 bottles of beer in the wall, driving him insane.
Punches her in the face.
This is the longest he's been sober all year since the divorce.
He's trying to get her back.
Yeah, right? Just absolute, like, we've all had like a week. Were your parents divorced?
No,
Fuck you. Well,
separate bedrooms.
weekends with dad are awkward a lot of times.
Yeah.
And this is like, fuck, like all the Christmases and like bad camping things I've been subject to. I cannot imagine being that kid. Just the sheer rage in that car.
Dude.
That is unspoken.
There's no way to tamp down dad rage
Dad
as
rage.
a kid. You have to just sit there.
Dad rage is in full swing, and he's like, not only is this fucking embarrassing, but this is bad. They don't have service or anything on his cell phone, whatever. They're like literally in the middle of nowhere. So they start driving back 5 miles per hour, completely lost, inkling along, doesn't know where they are. He's saved the axle by taking the air out of the tire, but the engine is overheating. It's very hot.
Why do people live in Australia?
Why? I don't know, because they love.
Think of an Australian thing.
I know. I'm like, oh no, I'm out of all.
Sydney Opera House? I don't know.
Yeah, they love Crocodile Dundee and Yahoo Serious. And do you even know who Yahoo Serious
No.
is?
God damn.
Right.
So, how do you fix an overheating engine? You pour water in
Water.
it. You add water to the radiator.
That was my guess. Pretty good.
They only have 2 liters of water. They had 2 jugs.
How much is that in American?
2
Two
like
jugs. We just call them
2
jugs.
juggers, 2 I
know what a liter is.
No, you go to the grocery store and it's like the big bottle, like the family-sized bottles of Coke or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
the
2
ones that you
liters.
could get with a pizza. There was always
Yeah.
a deal, like 2 pizzas and a 2 liter for
Yes, that's 2 liters.
yeah.
So that's not a lot of water. He
Mm-hmm.
takes 1 liter, pours it in the engine. 1 liter for right.
Risky business.
Risky move, but also
Also, is 1 liter even enough to cool down the engine?
Well-
would it be better to keep the water?
that's the thing. They drive. It keeps overheating, so he keeps putting in more water.
Weren't they
and
by a
more water.
lake?
No, they were at a lake initially.
But they're not by a lake anymore.
They're not by a lake anymore.
Yeah, duh.
There's a lake somewhere,
Duh.
not by them. So the car keeps overheating. They keep adding water. Eventually, it overheats.
Stop laughing. No, we can laugh at them. They're
Listen,
alive.
eventually the car overheats and literally explodes.
I saw your hand over the button, and I got so excited
Their,
what you were gonna say.
their charred remains were found 2 weeks later. No, they're alive. But
Oh, if you hit it again after that, that would have been great.
the car literally catches fire.
But it doesn't explode.
No, it does. It does.
Do they get burned?
The car's like starts smoking. He's like, oh, wait, get out of the car. And then they start seeing flames, and he's like, grab everything you can. So
Why?
They're just
Oh, because they have to survive in the woods.
they have to
Duh.
survive in the fucking outback,
Duh,
and the
duh,
car
duh.
literally fucking explodes. After the car.
I didn't know the Outback was a real place.
Yeah, it's not just a steakhouse.
I thought it was just the steakhouse.
Here's what they got. Here's the supplies they got from the car. The outer shell of the tent.
Okay.
So not like the sticks or poles, but
Right.
the tarp thing.
A tarp.
A few cans of food and the water. They just kind of stick the tarp over like a bush and try to get under for some shade, and they just try to chill.
Oh,
The
now you
ne-
gotta share a bed with your dad. Yeah.
Ew. The next day, the next day they keep walking. The dad, or they don't keep walking. They stay where they are. They're by the flaming wreckage. Good place to be found, really.
Because of the flames.
Maybe there's some smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody will see it. You should stay put. However, and that's also just kind of like survival 101 apparently, is like, just stay where you are. People are more likely to find you than you to find them. You know what I mean? But the dad sees in the far off distance, he sees a radio tower.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, shit, like, do we stay? Do we go? Because that radio tower could have people or maybe
A radio.
Yeah, or something to save you. They decide to go.
Wow.
So they start
Deeper into the bush.
100%. Here's the thing too, because of like the flat, like this kind of how it plays a trick on you. Like it looks closer than it really is.
I knew you were gonna say
because of
that.
the flatlands and everything.
Of course,
Right?
it looked closer than it was.
Right?
Because then that would be the end of this story.
They keep walking. They keep stopping because it's so hot. Like they literally just need to stop and hunch over and just go, oh God, what have I done? And it takes about 4 hours before they get to the tower.
Oh, that's not that long. I thought it was gonna be like 4 days.
Walking in like 115 plus degree heat where you'd like, no, but they have, okay, fine. I think that's a lot.
Whatever, get over it.
Have you
You're
seen,
10. Grow up.
Have you seen The Irishman?
No,
Ugh, what
I
a
haven't.
schlep. Yeah, me
I don't
neither.
watch movies for boys.
I did. So they walk. They get to the radio tower, and it's just a tower like in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. So there's nobody there. But Dad figures maybe I can climb it and get some cell phone service.
Oh, Dad.
Does not work. Too far out. Doesn't work at all. So he schleps back down. They decide to stay the night there by the tower. In the outback, it's freezing. Temperatures dip below zero.
How?
I don't know. That's just how the
Okay.
desert works. But you've heard
It's
that
cold.
before. You've heard that before, that the desert gets like
Yeah, I've never
freezing.
believed it, but I guess it's true.
Yeah, I never really believed it either for no reason other than I just don't know how things work.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
It's my right as a stupid American to not believe science.
Where does all the hot go?
Right?
The sun's been on it all day, and you're telling me it gets that cold?
Now
in
it's
it?
just cold? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next
Okay.
you're tell me it's round. The Earth is round. Okay.
Yeah, next you're going to tell me there's other planets.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
So anyway, day 6, they're out of water, and the dad actually, this is fucked up. The dad was like, hey, Shannon, daughter of mine, we might not make it. Like, things are looking bad. They haven't had water. They haven't eaten in
Why would you
days.
tell a 10-year-old that?
Because I think she's probably asking annoying questions. Dad.
Dad, where do we go when we die? Dad, what is that light I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Dad, why can I hear Grandma?
Well, they keep walking. The next day, she collapses. He tries to carry her, but he's too weak. He can't even carry her.
Pussy.
Fucking pussy.
Carry your daughter, pussy. That's why you're not getting her back.
That's right. He's not only physically weak, but also emotionally weak. I like that this podcast is like, we're gonna
I was just gonna
bully survivors.
We're gonna research their stories and make fun of them and call them pussies.
I think we should retool it when you tell a story. I'm gonna try to be a bit nice. No, but that's also
Nah,
not.
I already wrote down jokes about them.
You wrote jokes. I didn't write jokes.
No, not jokes, but point of views. They're not gonna. Shannon and what's his name aren't gonna listen to this unless they
Do you
are.
think we can get them on?
We can get them on. What
We
are they
can-
doing?
We can get them on one day. Maybe we can get all these people on and be like, explain yourself, sir.
Yeah. Why would you tell your daughter that, idiot?
Idiot. No, we just bring on his ex-wife.
Ooh,
Just to
I would
hear
love to
her-
interview his ex-wife.
Just her point of view.
He's like, what's his name?
Matthew.
She's like, classic Matt. Let me tell ya.
Always doing this shit.
Always tell my daughter about how she's gonna die.
That fucking, that classic Australian accent. This fucking guy.
Oh, this fucking guy. Let me tell you.
So here's what happened. So Matthew can't carry her or anything.
Pussy.
At one point he got so desperate, he thought about he almost cut open his wrist for her to drink his blood so she could hide.
What would that do?
I guess that he in the interview he was like, it's something I saw on a nature thing.
You wouldn't go drink my pee before I drink my blood?
Well, I don't think there is pee. I don't think there is pee
no
because the
pee.
next thing that they mentioned was that she like stopped him. She's like, Dad, what are you doing? And he was like, nothing. And he started sobbing because he felt so like awful that he's
I
going.
thought you were gonna say he was jerking off.
He starts jerking off. But
Nothing.
but when I was gonna say when he was crying or coming, nothing came out because they were that dehydrated. Or he was lying.
Just a puff of air.
He was faking it.
Or this never happened. This guy sucks.
Miraculously, that night, they're huddled up again. He sees headlights. He did make a fire. He picks up a stick like with ember, like from the fire, there's embers. He's waving it around like a madman, screaming. The car doesn't see them and keeps driving.
Oh no!
Right? The highest of highs to the
lowest of lows. Oh man, that
I don't know about
sucks.
you. I would have been like,
All right, we got.
oh wait, not that one. Wait.
Oh fuck!
I don't know about you.
Run it back. No, go take it from the top.
So he starts running.
Take it from I don't know about you, but
I don't know about you, but I would have been like
God damn.
so upset.
I think I probably would have just cried. Keep
Yeah,
going.
That's fair. Day 8. Day 8
Yeah,
without food, 3 days without water, right?
that's as many as you can go. They say.
They follow the trail of the car that they saw pass in hopes that it'll come back, or maybe it leads to a road or something. Shannon, the daughter, collapses.
Do you think the car is another divorced dad?
100%.
Yeah, it's gotta be right.
Somebody either dropping a body or on another team building
Yeah,
exercise
yeah.
with their kid.
Yep.
It's the only reason to be out there. Shannon collapses, totally passes out this time. Not just like
no.
my legs are tired, but like she's
Unconscious.
Matthew is like, we need shade, but there aren't any trees or anything around. He starts digging a hole. He grabs his knife and he just starts digging a hole. Essentially a grave.
He's putting her in a hole?
Well, to get the sun off of you and stuff. So he puts the dirt back over her to try to like help with some of the heat stroke. It makes sense, even though it's like fucking crazy. But like
But how is she gonna breathe?
well, he didn't cover her face, like, but under, the ground is cooler
Yeah.
than what the.
Yeah, she said, not knowing that.
So he buries her to survive, which is like this is like the craziest.
Can you imagine if you buried her to survive and then you like walked away to do something else and you came back and you were like, now where did I?
Where did I put that kid? And then, so this is it. This is like the end of the end. She's got her head poking up out of the ground. He's laying next to her. Totally. Like a fun day at the beach. Yeah.
Like a plant. Like he's going to pick her.
Yeah, right? He's laying there next to her and just kind of just trying to just be with her. And he's kind of coming to terms with the fact that they're not going to make it. And in the 0 hour, bam, a car shows up.
Whoa.
When they found her, paramedics said that she had just a couple hours to live, max.
Even in the, well, not if she had not been in the ground, probably.
But yeah, I mean, honestly,
So
the
her
guy's
pussy
a hero.
dad saved her.
Let's be real. That pussy dad's a hero. Let's be real. He did.
Yeah, not a good husband or father, but he is a hero.
Well, it's interesting. He did a lot of things wrong, but he also did a lot of things right, like letting the air out of the back tire and stuff, knowing to bring multiple tires with you,
Burying your daughter alive.
alive.
And remembering where she is.
So they are alive now, and this was probably like 20 years ago now.
Do you think they're
so
still close?
They are still close, and they still go camping.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
That's a crock of shit.
Yeah, they fucking do. They still go camping. But it's like an inside joke. They're like, all right, Dad, like, don't go off trail again. Ha, ha, ha.
Remember the worst thing that ever happened to us? Ha, ha, ha.
Isn't that fucking insane? Could you
That is
imagine
insane.
dating her? Like, you know how, like, dads...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, there's some trauma. Like, we both got some trauma, but also the bullshit dad move of, like, are you a real man? You're like, yeah, I saved my daughter's
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, he's like, you're only fucking my baby because I kept her alive.
But yeah, dude. Isn't that
Yeah.
fucking crazy? That's
That's one
the
of those
story
things where, like, afterwards, they either are so close or they never can be... They can never have a relationship.
According to the interviews that I saw, they were like, yeah, we still go camping. We don't go
Yeah.
as deep as we did that time, and
Well.
we bring more supplies, but yeah, we still like to go camping. And
How many tires do you think we're bringing these days?
has what?
How many tires do you think we're bringing these days if we're these two? 8?
Yeah.
Like 8?
But yeah, that's the story of Matthew McGough and his daughter Shannon. Isn't that
I
fucking
love
crazy?
that. Yeah, what do you think, what would the point have been where you were like, I'm done?
Done.
When you said that, like,
In the survival?
he
or
buried her and then he was kind of given up and, like, had come to terms with it, what would that have been for you in the story?
The second...
The second tire? 'Cause
no.
That's mine.
The second we didn't catch a fish.
Mine would have been when my parents got divorced.